Good morning, everyone. There's like some really fun energy. It took me like 20 minutes to get here from my office into here. I was just like chat with this person, chat with that person, chat with this person. It's lovely. It feels wonderful. It's a beautiful day. And we have a number of visitors in the house. Yes, so thank you for being here. And thank you for all of you at home that have tuned in to our service this morning through the power of technology. Welcome, thank you. My name, for those of you that I haven't met that may also be new, is Reverend Dusty Ripplemeyer. That is a mouthful, isn't it? Reverend Dusty Ripplemeyer, Reverend Dusty Jill Ripplemeyer. I am the senior minister here at this amazing center, the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, and we're very glad that you've joined us this morning. We are a spiritual community that follows the teachings, practices the teachings and the philosophy of Ernest Holmes, the science of mind. We believe that there is just one God, and that God is not off on a cloud somewhere in a long beard outside of ourselves that doles out punishments and accolades at whim, but is rather a power and a presence that is within us and surrounding us, and that it is benevolent, and that there is a power within the universe that we can use to create a life that we absolutely love to live. And in fact, a little bit of my talk is around that.
And the readings for today are by a few folks. Goethe says, "Whatever you can do, or you can dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it." Robert Kennedy said, "There are those who look at things the way they are and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask why not." Les Brown says, "If you take responsibility for yourself, you will develop a hunger to accomplish your dreams." Henry David Thoreau says, "If anyone advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with success unexpected."
So welcome to those of you who may have just entered the sanctuary. As Jim said earlier, the theme of the month of November is, "Are you looking for a change?" And my talk title today is Live Your Dream Life Now. Live your dream life now. Live to actually be in the experience of it. To not just have it racing around in your head or just in your imagination, but actually the reality of your life in form. Your life, your dream. Not your parents' dream, not your partner's dream, not what the collective consciousness of society says you should be doing, but your dream. The dream that you have dreamed for as long as you can remember. The one that is seeking to be expressed through and as you. Dream. There's many definitions for the word dream. Some of them describe a noun as in a condition or an achievement that is longed for. An aspiration or a hope that we regard as feasible or possible. There's also some definitions that describe a verb as in a mental activity. A mental activity that we can experience while we are awake or while we are asleep, and then we call it a dream. Dream a dream. You gotta love the English language. Life. The property or quality that distinguishes living organisms from non-living organisms or from inanimate matter. The animate existence or the period of animate existence of every individual. It is the interval of time between birth and death. The interval of time between arriving on the planet and transitioning into our next and greatest yet to be. Now, in the present moment, not sitting in the waiting place, waiting for something to happen outside of yourself, waiting for something to change, but now, in this present moment, not in the past, not in the future, now, today. So taking this idea of live your dream life now and putting it in a month whose theme is, are you looking for a change? A number of questions come up for me. How can we live this dream life now? Who do we need to be? What do we need to do to step into this life right now? What do we need to embrace? What do we need to let go of to live our dream life now? Now, here at the center, we believe that we can, through the creative process, the law of attraction, the law of cause and effect, create a life that we love to live. That we have the power within us and surrounding us to change any circumstance, relationship, or situation that we are experiencing, that the mind that created the circumstance, relationship, or situation is the mind that can change it. That if we can imagine it, and we can believe in it, and we can accept it, then we can have it, and we will be living that dream. Now, so if this is the truth of our lives, then why are so many of us not living our dream life now? If the spiritual laws always work the same way for everyone all of the time, why are we not living our dream life now? So often the reason that we are not manifesting our conscious desires is because there is an underlying unconscious belief that is in resistance or in opposition to that manifestation. That these often show up as, unconscious or hidden but deeply held beliefs that we have about ourselves or about our world. And if we were to dig down into those different beliefs, they would often show up as a core belief of I am not worthy or I am not good enough. These two deeply held underlying conscious or unconscious beliefs will have their way with us every single time unless we shine the light of truth upon them. They can be shifted. They can be shifted with the inner work of inquiry, the inner work of forgiveness, and with spiritual mind treatment. Spending time with a practitioner will assist you in getting to those underlying unconscious beliefs and bringing them out into the light to be healed. Now, at the very least, we don't even have to go as far as these conscious or unconscious beliefs, that at the very least, we all have a bunch of excuses. Now, you don't have to raise your hand or out yourself in any way, but just sit with these excuses and notice if some of them show up in your own life. According to Alexis Schlammerg, co-founder of Borrowed Wisdom, the top 7 excuses are, I feel a little like David Letterman right now. The top 7 excuses are, I don't have the money. Have you actually ever taken the time to find out exactly how much money is needed to fuel your dream? Don't compromise down your dream before you even explore it. Be willing to find out exactly how much money is needed and then be willing to get creative. Be willing to find some creative ways to source it. We live in a universe of unlimited possibility. There are so many different ways of getting the resources that you need. You just have to be willing and open to look for them. Excuse number 2, I don't have the time. I've said this a time or two. Now you can make, and I'm going to tell you now, you can make time for the things that matter to you, right? Let's be honest here. You can make time for the things that matter to you. You get to choose whether or not to prioritize your dream. You get to choose that. What are you doing that's a total time waster? Again, a couple of come to mind. Rearrange your day and think outside the box. You'll find you have way more time than you think that you do. Excuse number 3. I've already started down one path. Every day you make decisions about how you're going to live your life. Give yourself permission to change direction, no matter how much time, energy, or money that you have spent on some other endeavor, some other relationship, some other job. If it is that important, be willing to change directions. I started out in college in 1972 as a pre-professional physical therapist. I ended up getting a degree in athletic training. After I had been an athletic trainer for quite a period of time, I realized I didn't really like it, that the dream that was in me was to be this physical therapist at that time. And so I went back to school, found the money, went back to school, became the physical therapist, have been doing that now for a long time, and now look at me. I found some more money, went back to school, became a minister. See, I'm the poster child for how you can fix all those excuses. Life is really all about twists and turns, and it really behooves us to be open to a new direction. Excuse number 4, I'm too scared, too afraid. It's natural to be afraid of the activities that excite you the most. And in fact, physiologically in your body, what happens in your body is exactly the same in fear or excitement. The only thing that's different is the voice overlay. The only thing that's different is the thing that you're telling yourself about the experience that you're having, so tell yourself a different story. As simple as that. Excuse number 5, people will judge me if I fail. You're giving people too much power. Frankly, people really care a whole lot less about what you're doing than you think they do. Sorry. Make the decisions that are right for you. The people who love and care about you will support you. And the rest don't matter anyway. Yes, they matter, but they don't matter in this decision. Right? Excuse number 6, I'm not blank enough. Fill in that blank. I'm not young enough, smart enough, good enough. Whatever that is for you in that blank, these are just limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs that we tell ourselves, or that maybe somebody else told us a long time ago. Who do you think you are? You can't sing? Right? Something that somebody told us a long time ago that we bought into. Their limiting beliefs. And the invitation is to catch yourself when these doubts, when these beliefs pop up inside of you, and to find something positive, find something encouraging, find something affirmative to say about yourself instead of that. Choose something different to say about yourself. And the last, number 7, is I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. If you're waiting to be perfectly ready to pursue your dream, you will never pursue your dream. You will never pursue it. Every dream starts one scary, shaky step at a time. Don't wait for perfection to move forward. Just do it. See that little symbol, and just do it. Excuses are just excuses. And when you look at each one of them, each one of the ones that you have, one or maybe many, and you really look at them and you shine the light of truth upon them, you can just see clearly that they're not the truth. That they are not the truth. And when you let them fall to the nothingness from which they came, the only thing that you're going to be left with is your dream. A dream that you have the power to create. So what does that look like, you might ask? Let's begin with a couple of what I would call ground rules. I hope you guys are like people who like lists. I got a lot of lists for you today. Ground rule number 1, learn to love yourself. When you learn to love and value yourself, you will know in your heart what is right for you. You will know what is best for you. You will begin to listen for and to your own inner wisdom. You will stop trying to please people and forge your own path, follow your own dreams. When you learn to love yourself, you will know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are worthy of that dream. And you will have the self-confidence that you need to bring it forward. When you believe in yourself as much as you believe in your dream, you will tap into a power and presence that is more than capable of assisting you to co-create that dream. More than capable, more than willing. Ground rule number 2, make the choice to be okay with failing. If you never try to reach your dreams because you are afraid of failing, then you will never create that dream. History is laden with people who failed, not once, but many times on their way to manifesting their dreams. I remind you that Goethe says, whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Ground rule number 3, enjoy being different. Those who conform to society only create more of the same. Nothing changes. New innovations, new technologies, new advances in all arenas of life are made by those who do not conform to society, are made by those who think outside of the box. Again, I remind you, Robert Kennedy said, there are those who look at things the way they are and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask why not. Be willing to be that kind of a visionary in order to bring your dream forward in the world. Ground rule number 4, get a little selfish. What is your dream? What do you want to achieve in this world? Why are you here? What brings you great joy? What do you love to do? Where would you love to do it? Who would you love to do it with? This is your dream, and I believe that if this dream lives within you this passionately, that it is first and foremost God's dream for you. That it is a gift that has been given to you by God. And that gift then turns around and is your gift to the world. And if you don't bring it forward, then no one else will. Get a little selfish. And lastly, ground rule number 5, remember that you call the shots. You arrived on the planet imbued with free will. You have the power to choose. In the matter of your life, you get to choose. You have that power. You have that right. You call the shots. You are 100% responsible for the experiences of your life. Maybe the good news, maybe the not so good news, but I think it's the good news. We can change that. We can change. If it belongs here, we can change it. Les Brown says, if you take responsibility for yourself, you will develop a hunger to accomplish your dreams. Develop a hunger to accomplish your dreams. Be responsible. Dream your dream, and then be willing to bring it forward. So with the ground rules firmly established and all of our excuses out of the way, here are 5 practical steps to step into your dream life now. Step number 1, write down your dream life, what you desire in the form of I am. I am. Identify what you want. Often it is the contrast or the things that we do not want that very clearly point in the direction of the things that we do want. That which we do not want is the condition. And that is the thing that we wish to change. So in order to live your dream life, you have to know what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want. In order to live your dream life, you have to know what that dream life looks like. Now, to get clarity, because sometimes I hear people say, well, I don't know what that is. I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what my dream is. I don't know what I'm supposed to bring forward. In order to get clarity on that, we can use the spiritual practices of meditation and visioning to get quiet enough to listen for and to the wisdom of spirit that is within us. Visioning, for those of you who might not know about it or have never done it, is a spiritual practice or a spiritual technology created by Dr. Reverend Michael Beckwith, in which we sit in meditation and we literally ask the wisdom that is within us a number of questions. And those questions are, what is the highest idea of my life? What is the highest idea of my life? And we sit with reverent listening, waiting to hear the most important thing that we are ever going to hear in our life. What is the highest idea of my life? What is the highest idea, the highest dream of this project? What is the highest idea, the highest dream of this relationship, of this job, of this ministry? You can do it for anything. What is trying to be expressed through me? What do I need to embrace? What do I need to let go of? The answers will be revealed. And then you write them down, and you create a vision board, and you speak them out into the world. And then you let go, and you let God be God. Now, whether we get our clarity around our dream from visioning or whether we get it from the contrast in our lives, we need to keep our eye on that dream. We need to keep our attention focused on the intention, the positive goal, that which we wish to bring forward, and away from the past and out of the lack and limitation that we do not want. We need to keep our attention on the positive outcome and not on that negative catalyst, because where we put our attention is important. Whatever we put our attention on, we draw into our lives, right? The I am statement, this statement of affirmation, therefore, needs to be in the first person. It needs to be positive. It needs to be in alignment with the truth of who we are as divine emanations of God, and it also needs to be in present time. We're talking about and claiming this life right now, recognizing that it is our birthright. And as we speak it out into the universe with confidence and with clarity, then it becomes the experience of our life. Step number 2, feel your desire. Envision your dream and imagine it now. So imagine your dream life happening right now without any resistance. And as you imagine it, as you visualize it in your mind's eye, feel it. Allow yourself to just play with the sounds, with the taste, with the smells, with the sights. Just be with all your sensations around it. Allow it to just be so alive for you. This is how the law of attraction works. It's what you are really drawing to yourself is the feeling of it. The feeling tone is what fuels the manifestation. So allow yourself to just be in that dream, 100% in your mind's eye, and just feel it, experience it, taste it, smell it, touch it. Mary Mann and Morrissey says to wear the coat of the person who is already living that dream. Wear that coat. Be in the energy of its manifestation. Be conscious of your energy, your vibrational level. Falling back into feelings of lack and limitation only lower your vibrational level, taking you further away from the vibrational level of the thing that of the dream, of the thing that you're trying to achieve. Consciously choosing positive thoughts and feelings will keep you in alignment with the vibration. So there's always, if you are feeling one way, and Abraham Hicks has a ladder of feelings with despair at the bottom and bliss at the top. So whenever you are feeling one of those lower rungs, if you just reach for a feeling that is up that ladder just a little bit, and you could choose to feel something, choose to do something that will feel better. Maybe dance, maybe call a friend, maybe sing on the top of your lungs, maybe get some prayer. Whatever it is, you are able to consciously choose positive feelings that will keep you in alignment with the vibration of your dream. Be willing to shift and to turn away from thoughts and feelings and beliefs that no longer serve that dream. Keep your vibrational level high. Be in the energy of expectation. Expectation. I know how the law works. I expect the law to work. I'm not wishy-washy about it. God said, let there be light. He didn't say, I hope it works this time. Be in the energy of expectation, knowing that this law of attraction is always at play, that it always works the same time for everyone with no exceptions. Keep your attention on your intention with persistence, with patience, and with faith. There is a saying that says, wherever you go, there you are. I used to always think that was really kind of funny, and I just read another way of looking at that, and that invitation is to be mentally and emotionally where you want to be physically. So wherever you are, mentally and emotionally, is where you are physically. I love that. Step 3, be open for something better. Let go of your past and be willing to step into your dream life powerfully. God can only do for us what God can do through us. Be willing to forgive yourself and others for the experiences of your life before today. Be willing to release the fears, the prejudice, and the judgments that came out of any experience that you had prior to today. Follow your heart. Your heart will not speak from fear. Your heart will only speak from love. Let love lead. And then be willing to just accept all of the good that is already flowing to and through you. Be open for something better. Maintain your dream, maintain your desires, but be unattached to the specifics of the outcome. The invitation is to not limit the universe by creating a dream that is not big enough and then holding on to it with clenched fists. The invitation is to not limit the universe by being disappointed if the dream isn't happening in the time frame you want it to. If it's not right here, right now. The invitation is to not limit the universe by being frustrated that it looks a little bit different than you thought it would. Truly, we can only create from the limits of our imagination, from the limits of the context from which we are creating, and just think that from that higher view, what greater possibilities there could be. So we don't want to limit God. We don't want to limit the universe. Have the dream we have and then be willing and open for something better. Allow your dreams to change, to be flexible, to be like water, always finding the path of least resistance. Know that when one door closes, another door opens. Henry David Thoreau says if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life that he has imagined, he will meet with success unexpected in common hours. Step 4, be grateful for everything you already have. The bottom line is that gratitude is generative. It raises your vibrational energy and attracts those things that vibrate at a higher level. Feel good for all of the good that you already have in your life. Be grateful that you are alive. Be grateful for all of the experiences that have brought you to this moment. Be grateful for the you yet to be revealed. Go on a gratitude rampage. I love that. Step 5, take action. It is a law of physics that things that are at rest tend to stay at rest. And things that are in motion tend to stay in motion. So if you want to be in the flow of a successful life, if you want to be in the flow of your dream, you must move. You don't have to strain or struggle, but only to do your part by letting God work through you. Now proceed with confidence, knowing that you can trust the power that is within you, knowing that you can trust the power that surrounds you. Do something new and different. Think something new and different. Expand the well of your mental equivalence. Expand the container or the context from which you are creating from. Here at the center, we say, treat and move your feet. Walt Disney says, all of our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. So write down your dream life, what you desire in the form of I am. Feel the dream. Envision the vision. Imagine it in the now. Be open for something better. Be grateful for everything that you already have. Take action. Dream your dream life now. And so it is. So I just invite you to turn within. And I recognize as I do so the one power, the one presence, the one life, the one love, the one creative energy back of everything that there is. I call this power and presence God. And I know that it is the very essence of abundance, creativity, joy, unconditional love, wisdom, and grace. I know that I am one with it, that I was created by it out of itself, and therefore I am that creativity, that wisdom, that abundance, that unconditional love, that joy, and that grace. And just as I know that this is true for me, I know that it is so for each and every person that is here today, that each of us is a unique and divine expression of God, and ambassador of God on the planet in this perfect now moment. And it is from this place of unity that I speak these words about and for each of us today. Truly knowing that it is with ease and grace that we lay our excuses by the side of the road, that we move forward knowing that we live in an abundance universe that can provide the resources, that we have ample time, that we truly can create this life that we want to live. That we can begin right now in this moment to really learn to love ourselves. To let go of any old beliefs that we have around ourselves, and open us up to the wisdom that is within us. Open us up to the love that is available. I know that as we recognize our responsibility in the experiences of our lives, that we stand unafraid to powerfully bring that forward, to be responsible, to call the shots, to allow for a change in direction or two, to be open for something better, unattached to the specifics of what we desire, knowing that truly God has a bigger picture, a broader view. And so I call forward by the power of my word an ability for each of us to create the life that we love, to live our dream life now, and that we do so with ease and with grace, and that we do so supporting each other on that path, that we are not alone in doing this, but we have a community to back us up. And I'm so grateful to know this truth, so grateful to speak these words, so grateful for the power of prayer, knowing that these words are loosed into that law that only ever says yes, that works with mechanical regularity to clothe my words and forms, and so I speak them with love and gratitude and full expectation of their manifestation, letting go and letting God be God. And I invite all of us to anchor these words for ourselves and for each other simply by saying, and so it is. Amen.